Damn it all to hairy hell. You didn't miss much. I was just whinging about the fact that I've got a mess of tangled cables here. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. Hi Edorin, hi Dr. Crunch, and hi Legendary, my loving son who decided to pop onto the stream while I was doing the late encounters update. So, yeah, here we are. Yes, hairy. God damn it. Not happy. Anyway, tangle of cables there, I do apologise. You know what I'm going to do? I actually saw something really cool today, so I'm going to send it out there. I don't know if everybody's seen it yet. I'm going to send it out there anyway because it's pretty awesome. So, hold on. While I do some stuff in the background, I'm going to let you watch a video. I don't know if it'll work, just let me know. No, it's not going to work. Sorry, not doing it. Screw it. Right, so what was I doing? I was explorating, wasn't I? I was off exploring around the galaxy, doing lots of hotness with my exploring ship. So I'm going to be doing more of the same today. So, I am in Trianguli sector, just milling around. Oh, that sounds mean. I don't know what the sound levels are like, by the way, online, so if you just let me know what it's like. I don't know how loud my game sounds are. I know they were quite quiet on the last stream, so if they're still the same I apologise, but if they're a bit louder then let me know. I'll tell you what I'll do, if you actually just let me try and doing that again. Close the window. It wouldn't even come up now. Oh, there we go. That looks better. Shall I play that and see if it works? Let's see if it works.
The Federation welcomes you to CQC, Closed Quarter Combat Championship.
The games. Every pilot has a reason to compete. Find your fame. Test your mettle. Hone your skills. Become a champion. Skills you learn here can make you more than a champion out there. Out there, they can make you elite.
God damn it! Oh, I thought I'd click the button to put it back on again. What a twat. Right, I'm going to have to go over everything I said again now, aren't I? Typical. Oh, I hate this mic thing. I should really just not switch it off, because it's not very professional, is it? So yeah, the video, good, isn't it? I like the fact that it has that instant action console thing that will keep the quick game session, the quick gamers happy, and it's got the aspect of the full elite going to come into it later on. I think I pick up from some of the content in there that basically they're going to bring out the quick combat thing first, the combat challenge thing first. That'll be their intro to the game, the same way that we had the flight training thing, and then they'll bring out the full elite later on. As far as I can make it out, I don't know, I may be wrong. But yeah, I don't care what people say about the fact that console gaming's not as refined as PC gaming or whatever. I welcome anyone to this game, and if it's just to look at the graphics and the prettiness and all that stuff, then I don't mind, I don't care. More the merrier. I'm quite excited, it looks good. What's the sound like, by the way? I know obviously I've just put the mic back on, I did ask this earlier, but obviously it was off. I was wondering about whether the engine noises and the system noises are too loud now. Sounds great, good. It's just my headphones that are bloody loud then, because I've got the sound set to max and it's quite loud up this end. Up in my lugs. One star. So we continue the exploration of the galaxy. But no, it's I got that trailer sent to me on a Twitter feed earlier on today, and I thought I would have a look at it while we're on stream tonight, because I think it's quite an exciting looking thing. I'm quite impressed. Looking forward to the Xbox people joining us. I'm probably repeating stuff again because I'm rambling on, because I'm had a bit of a rambly day today. I'm very tired. I didn't get a good night's sleep last night at all. It's not my fault. It's my wife. She said she wanted the trampoline last night, or used the bed like a trampoline last night and just bounce around. So one of the things that goes on with her health is she's got some muscular issues. I mean, she has some muscle spasms, so some nights we can have an interesting evening of her twitching and bouncing around. Never mind, it's okay. I'll sleep tonight. So yeah, I was quite excited by the trailer. I thought it was quite a good showcase of what Elite can do, and I like the quick combat challenge thing. I think it could be quite an interesting addition to the game, and I wondered if we're going to get it as well as part of the mission structures or anything like that, or a little event that we can nip off to, or if they're going to make it a regular event that you can actually go off and win prizes at, and that would be pretty awesome. As I say, it does give the click on that, did I? Yeah, but nice if it was. And then when I get back, did you miss it? Did you? Oh, sorry, Bifford. I can quite happily play it again, actually. Everybody in chat, give me a wave if you want to. If you want to watch the trailer again. Actually, no, I've closed the window now, so you probably can't. Bah. I'll just tease you with these things. Tease you with them. Because I'm nasty. Shouldn't be much of an issue to get it back up again anyway, if you really want to. I'll probably put it on at some point later in the stream anyway, because it is worth watching again. I did enjoy it. Ooh. So, did you watch the Bifford, did you watch the Elite Encounters update there? probably post a link to it actually, to be honest with you, if I was feeling that generous. No, I don't seem to have that installed here. That's odd. We thought he did. Oh well, never mind. Mute. Do. Nope. Yeah, I've got it back on my window if you want me to stick it on again. You've watched it now. Good on you. You've watched the one that isn't the E3 one, I take it. The one that starts off with Quick Combat Simulator. It says Doom Map Editor. Except for Doom 4. Ah, Doom 4's coming out, is it? Interesting. The development of Doom 4 isn't something I've really kept up with, I'm afraid, so I can't really comment on it. It's not... FPS games aren't really my cup of tea. FPS first person, yeah, that's right, yeah, FPS. It's not something I play much of. Doom was something I did play back in the day. Doom 2 was... I did play Doom 2 when it came out. But it never really held my imagination because it was just running shooting things. If I've got to have an FPS, it'll be something that's got some kind of background to it, of a franchise that I like Star Wars, for example. I'll play Jedi Knight until I'm blue in the face. Although I did enjoy Soldier of Fortune as a single player game. That was quite fun. Bye, little planet. Well, my loving wife actually bought me a copy of Jedi Outcast, I think it was. Jedi Outcast, I think it was, for Christmas with my new PC. I think it's Jedi Knight 2, isn't it? Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and then it's something 2. It's something 2 Jedi Knight, isn't it? The second Kyle Katarn game. What's the title of the first Kyle Katarn game? I can never remember. I can see the logo in my head. That was frustrating. I put the logo in my head, but just not the word. Oh, not Rogue Squadron. I keep thinking Rogue something. Rogue Trooper, that kind of thing. Oh, that's irritating. Come on, can we get moving then, please? Oh, come on, in my head, where is it? Oh, I'm going to swirling myself in the head in a minute. Come on then, chat people, you're supposed to be helping me here. Help me not go insane. My head explode! No, it's not them. Stop doing that. Use the right mouse. Dark Forces. That was it. Dark Forces. Yeah, because it was Dark Forces, then Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, then Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. God, I didn't like making it simple for you, did they? Dark Forces. Oh dear. How these things get under my skin. I should never let it get like those. Get like that. Dark Forces was a good setup, but I think it did miss out on not having a Jedi as the main character. But then they were trying to expand it so you weren't just using Jedi because there weren't supposed to be any left. But I did actually enjoy Dark Forces. I never finished it. Played it till about half the way through, and the last thing I remember was I was stuck in a river, and I was trying to get across that river, and I kept getting panned. So I gave up. Which is my problem with games. If they're pitched at too high a difficulty level for me to just get into and play through on the thing, because I like the story, then I'll not so much rage quit, but I'll just give up and think I can do something better with my time. Bifford, a question for you, dude. I sent you a copy of the updated system some time ago. and you've never got back to me on it. Is that because all the feedback you can think of is negative, or because you just haven't got around to doing anything with it yet? This is where he quits the stream and says, "I'm not listening, la 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 la." Okay, fair enough then. It's not a problem. It's not like I'm reading urgent help or anything, is it? La 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 la. No, it's probably best actually you don't, because it might be a better idea for me to wait until I've got through the vehicle stuff and give you a copy of that instead. Because then at least you'll get the whole set. Then you can maybe get a probably more balanced thing. There's not been a lot of changes to the personal rules, the sort of main system stuff. It's really mainly been cleaned up. So there shouldn't be all that much different to what you've already got. But yeah, it's probably best you just delete those files. I'll send you the latest one when I've got the vehicle stuff done, and then you can have a go of it all in one go. And again, thank you for volunteering for doing some testing for me. It is much appreciated. I was impressed by the new archetype basics. Yeah, I'm glad you're impressed by that, because I'm quite proud of that myself actually. I think I've done quite a good job in restructuring that. Very happy with it now actually. It seems to be a lot more user friendly, player friendly, and should hopefully make character generation a lot easier and give you some more depth. In the update earlier on I was going about, I've designed a few ship cards just to show things off, and as a kind of concept idea for simple rules for vehicle combat. And I'm actually thinking that the way that I've done the archetypes and everything else in the character generation stuff, I could make that card based. That would be quite interesting. Yeah, due to your feedback. Yeah, as I said, I did say thank you for that. It's down to you that got done. And yeah, so thank you for making me restructure that. And that little conversation we had over chat one day was it chat or Skype or something, or Facebook Messenger or something, just banged out a few ideas and did really help get that stuff in line. So yes, I owe you a lot on that one, mate. Thank you very much. And the main thing I got from you was that the character generation side of things was a little bit higgledy-piggledy. So I'm hoping that the version you've got now was really given to you just to sort of go through the character generation and make sure it wasn't as higgledy-piggledy anymore. Google Plus, that was it, yeah. Well, to be fair, it wasn't fully random. There were options in there for it to be random, and there was some random stuff and some non-random stuff. But yeah, you were right. Randomness was probably not a great idea, especially given the fact that there was such a tight level of points to be allocated anyway. So I think we're done here. All explored. Engage hyperdrive. I've not actually engaged voice attack today, that's a point. Don't really need it, to be honest with you. Not today, not when I'm not docking or anything like that. Well, I've got no sound in game at all. I've just got something every now and again. Mick probably got something because I stopped talking, but I'm getting no feedback from anything in the sound now, so I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, so I've got a clicking noise and then me talking. So if you're picking up the microphone, that's fine, but the actual sound is gone. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll carry on. Just that I have no sound at all now.
Fuel skip disengaged.
Weird. Well, as long as you guys are hearing something, that's fine then. It's just I'm not hearing anything at all this end. I'm hoping microphone's getting through. I've got no feedback on my sound here to tell me it's coming through at all. Not entirely sure why it's cut out like that. Your sound card works perfectly. If you get that reference, I love you. Well, I don't think I do. So hopefully you don't love me. I appreciate the fact that you're affectionate. That's fine. I remember I used to do tech support, and we used to have people that phone us up and say my sound card's not working. Why not? I'm not getting any sound, even though you could hear everything that was going on in the background. Even though they used to actually talk to us through the sound card, because they were using the onboard phone software on the computer and listening to us through that with the sound card, like obviously with the sound coming out through the PC. So that's the only reference I can really get from that, I'm afraid. Okay, fine, if you're all getting the sounds, I'll carry on. I'm not going to stop the stream just because I'm not getting sounds. If you're getting sounds, that's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind being the silent party. Warcraft 1, Humans and Orcs. Well, never played Warcraft, never been much of a Warcraft player, I'm afraid. Good evening, Chaz Geek. How you doing? Thanks for popping by again. Hope you're well. Even if you had the IRQ and DMA address set up, really. DMA addresses, God. IRQs. I remember setting autoexec.bat files with all the right IRQ settings and doing that in the BIOS, because that's a blast from the past. Plug and play. Plug and pray. Wow, amazing. No, stop it. Bloody mouse. Status injury. What did you do to yourself on Saturday, China's Geek? Sports related injury. Right, I'm still getting no sound, and it's weird playing this game with no sound. So I'm going to change my sound device to my TV, from which I get sound. If it starts to sound a bit weird, let me know. If you get some kind of echo, let me know. Okay, I'll put it back then. Stop doing that. Okay, I'll put it back now, so it should be okay. I'm just getting this weird clicking noise still, and it's irritating. Just wonder if the driver died for the headset. Oh, let's talk about sound cards. Oh well, I give up. I'm not going to bother mucking about with the sound at the moment because I can't get it sorted, so I'll just leave it. Right, okay, where are we on? Where are we on chat? Yeah, the game's in the background. Okay, sorry, that sounds all blah 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 blah. E3 streams chat is obnoxious. Interesting. I don't know, I've not watched it. I've had a link come through from YouTube about it and that I should watch it. But, not sure whether I fancy it. I don't want to watch it to try and see anything about Elite and see if we can catch a glimpse of Karash in the halls. In the halls of power. So, not fussed. What if I try something else? Plug yet another cable in. Okay, how's that? Is sound okay for everybody still now? Oh no, my first leap of shame of the evening. No game sound at all now. Oh. Fair enough. I'll just live without the sound. Let me know if it's back. Hold on, someone tell me then, is sound back on then? You off? Okay, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you could make it. You sleep tight. And we'll see you next week. Or next time I'm on. But just too late. Mind. You're drunk, Chiana's Geek. That won't do at all. I have drunk people on this chat channel. No, honestly, I don't care. Wish I was there with you. Everything explode. Oh, good, everyone. You get back out there, mate. Soul's good for the soul. Oh, China's Geek, I'm only kidding. You're not a tearful drunk, are you? Right, I'm gonna have to refuel. With silence.
Fuel skipping.
No audible warnings of I'm overheating.
Fuel skipping complete.
Had to shut your right eye down. Okay, that's a bit weird. Just can't focus. That's drunk. That really is drunk. Oh, it's dropping out the scan again. There we go. $17,000 light seconds away. Dude.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
This is going to take a while. Shall we watch that video again? Yeah, let's watch that video again. Hope you guys get sound for this, because I
The Federation welcomes you to CQC, Close Quarter Combat Championship.
The games. Every pilot has a reason to compete. Find your fame. Test your mettle. Hone your skills. Become a champion. The skills you learn here can make you more than a champion out there. Out there, they can make you elite.
yeah, so there you go. I like it. What are you excited at? The Hunger Games in space. Oh, that's critical. Why so serious, Gianna's Geeks? Thought you were a happy drunk. I don't know, well, let's see how it goes. I mean, I don't know at this point in time how much they're going to port over. I mean, as I said earlier on in the stream, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a quick fix initially. So you get your fix of Elite the same way that we got the combat trainer and the tutorial flights, all that sort of stuff. They're going to get this combat thing first, and then get the full game with the full Elite story afterwards. If that's the case, then fine. I think they've targeted the audience quite well, and I personally will welcome other people into the game. I think I would agree with you though. I mean, I wouldn't fancy playing this on a console. I like my joystick and my keyboard set up too much. to play this on a console. I did try playing it when I had it on the laptop. I tried playing it with a PS2 controller, and I just couldn't get along with it at all. So I'm quite happy to stick to the PC with it. I just think it's. I love trailers for Elite. I mean, I know that they can be quite. What's the word I'm looking for? Elite trailers can be quite misleading sometimes. But as pure eye candy, they're absolutely gorgeous. I just think they look really sexy. They do a good job putting them together. Obviously, they use a very probably advanced version of the debug camera to do it with. And I just think it's very, very good. Very, very good. They make the game look absolutely awesome. And let's face it, I mean, they are trying to market this game, so. The vid's gone. Oh. Right, okay. I do apologise, hang on a sec. Well, I'm still broadcasting, so it must be at your end. Check it out, let me know if you're having problems or if anybody else has got problems. Right, so I've just scanned that. I'm 1,000, 2,000 thingies away. Right, okay, so it was a Twitch thing, obviously not a me thing. Phew! That's a relief. Like I've not enough problems tonight. Can't hear a damn thing. Apart from this infernal clicking. I would unplug the headset to check that, but the microphone's part of the headset, so I don't want to get rid of that all. I don't want to get rid of that bit because it's working. When Malik, I'll unplug it and nothing will work again. What do you mean, lol, what? What have I said now? Have I offended you? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this exploration stuff's it's quite fun, quite enjoy it, but it's not entirely entertaining, is it? Especially when you've got long distances between stars like this. Oh, I've got to fix this chair. I bought an office chair, 20 quid from Asda. Big mistake. I've already had to replace the base because I'm like 20 stone, I'm a huge bloke. Not tall, just wide. And the base broke. All the wheels broke off the base. So I had to buy a new base. Now, for some reason, the central pillar, the button on the central pillar keeps pressing itself down and dropping the seat down to the lowest level. So I can't get it to stay at the top. So I'm not overly impressed with that. So I'm going to get off this seat after I finish the stream and try and put it back up to a level where I'm actually comfortable. There we go. Dad's using Netflix because I'm getting buffering. Well, tell him to switch it off. Uncouth yob that he must be. Doesn't understand there's important things to get done. Streams to watch. Dear me. comfy chairs and beds, they just can't be found. No, I must admit I'm having a struggle trying to get an office chair that's comfy, or any kind of gaming chair that's comfy without spending like 150 quid or something like that on it. And part of the problem being that, being on the heavier side, I am actually over the limits of most of these office chairs. That boy, I thought it was better enough to get a perfect one fail. I have to admit, I've bought a new bed recently. A bit of background on this conversation would be that a while ago my daughter was living with us who was pregnant, and we gave up our main room, our bedroom for her. So we got a sofa bed from IKEA, and I've been sleeping on that ever since. She moved out 2 years ago, and we still haven't moved back into our bedroom yet, but we have refurbished it, redecorated it, and put a new bed in it, ready for us to go back in. But we'll have a couple of nights in the bedroom and then decide not to bother going back to the bedroom, because I spend my life up in the office. And then when I come down at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, she's sound asleep on the sofa. So it's much easier to just let her sleep, and not worry about waking her up and just sleep on the sofa still. But the sofa we've got, the bed we've got, sorry, we've just got an ordinary average kind of bed frame from Argos, metal one, and it's fairly sturdy and it's fairly good. But the mattress we've got is absolutely brilliant. It's lovely, and I didn't think it was going to be, because I was looking for a proper full memory foam one, but this is an ordinary mattress with a 2-inch thick memory foam layer on top, and it is so comfy you would not believe. It's the only bed I've had in the last 8 years, maybe 9 years, that hasn't hurt my back. I can go from sleeping on the sofa to sleeping on that bed without any issues in my back, because usually when I swap beds, like if I go to a hotel for a couple of nights, and like for things like Fantasticon for example, then usually I'll find that I'll get up the next day with a bad back, or when I get back home again and then get back into my own bed or sofa, I'll have a bad back for a bit. But this bed, just instantly, it just swallows me up, and it's got the support in the right places. It's absolutely lovely. And it wasn't that expensive either. It did surprise me. So the 1 or 2 nights a month that we do sleep on that bed, it's absolutely lovely. Yeah. Memory foam's definitely worth it. I will admit, the last 3 mattresses I've had have been memory foam ones. The first one we got was a really cheap one. It wasn't that great, and it was only, actually that was only a topper. It was a memory foam topper. It wasn't brilliant because the mattress under it was cheap crap, sunk in the middle. The second mattress we got was a memory foam one, and that was okay, but it was really spongy, and it wasn't particularly firm. So although it did mold to yourself quite well, it didn't really give you a lot of support. But this one's slightly firmer, and as far as I'm concerned, it gives me perfect support. And it's not even the firmest one there is either. It's a middle of the road one. The ones that Premier Inn use, the Hypnos beds, they're quite good. That's one of the reasons why we tend to if we're travelling somewhere, like we're going to somewhere like Fantasticon or LaveCon or something like that. That's why I've always tried to get a Premier Inn, because we know the Premier Inn beds are comfy. So Hypnos is the mattress name. You can actually buy them from the supplier that gives them Premier Inn through Premier Inn's website. And they are worth it. The Travelodge ones, actually, the new Travelodge ones, since they got refurbished, the beds they use are quite good as well now. They're perhaps actually on a par with Premier Inn. And again, you can buy their mattresses from their supplier as well. I don't know how much they are like. I don't know exactly how much the one that we've got actually cost. I would need to go and speak to the wife about that. Because although I was involved in the decision making process, I wasn't involved with the payment of it. Oh dear. Oh, Chiaz, you do make me laugh. I get for looking at my phone. Are you off, China's Geek? Okay, then thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Good night to you, and take care. And all that stuff. Yeah. Should be the last one for this system. A bit of shit porn. Lovely. It's a beautiful game. Is that you saying that you're off, Dr. Crunch? I'm not entirely sure if you're saying you're off as well. This is done. I'll top up the fuel tanks while I do a scan. $23. Well, that means there's going to be a lot of those rocky ones then. And in that case I shall explore this system and then we'll call that a night on this stream, I think. Actually no. bright.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, that's different. But ice planets, pretty much everything have got high metal content. That's cool. Going to be fun mining that. Imp? Night night Imp. Is Imp off? Or are you off? Do 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 do. Planets do look cool. Are you off, Imp? Okay then, Snow. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. Hopefully see you next time, or on someone else's stream, or wherever. You know, I'm easy. Pop by, don't pop by. No, definitely pop by. Yeah. People should pop by. Take care. Can't think of much to talk about this evening. We covered a lot of stuff. I think it's because I'm tired. Covered a lot of stuff in the Elite Encounters update earlier. Don't want to talk about that again. Talked about Powerplay again. Slacked it off. I did read Drew and Alan's recent posts. I didn't get any. I actually thought it was part of their mailing lists, and I should get notifications on that, but I didn't this time. But no, it was interesting posts from both of them. Drew was exploring the fact that the changes in Elite. What was he talking about? Was it Powerplay? Yeah, he was going over the Powerplay stuff and how it's quite different from what we expected, and why we need other aspects of the game to be looked at in priority rather than expanding the political aspects of the game, which we don't really need all that much at the moment. You know, we were told we're going to get certain things and we haven't got them yet, and yet we're working on these other odd things. But it's an interesting read. I made an interesting. Well, I tried to make an interesting comment. I always try to make interesting comments rather than just talk shite, which I probably know more for. Alan Stroud did an interesting post on his website 6 days ago, according to the post date, where he was talking about the perceived lack of ethnic diversity in the Powerplay leadership portraits. And they all seem to be more or less Caucasian with shades of colour, which is an interesting point to make. Comment I made in regards to that was that I always have this thing in my head about the future of the human race as a multicultural society. Is it going to be, we're still going to be black and white and yellow and orange and various different colours around the galaxy if we explore it, or around the planet in a couple of 100 years time? Or are we all going to, is there going to be so much interbreeding between the different racial types that it's all going to balance out and we'll all end up kind of olive brown colour at some point in the future? I think there's arguments for both sides, but it's an interesting read anyway. Alan's post. I think one of the things I actually point out, and I do find quite interesting, is the fact that oh come on, I slowed down. The whiter than white people in the Powerplay portraits are the Imperials. We've got Lavinia de Val and Aisling de Val are very white, and it's interesting that they're white and a member of a race that trades in slaves. Yeah, I found that quite interesting. This is going to be quite a valuable system, I think. I bet I'm not the first one to explore it though. Yeah. Details may not have been thought through. I don't know what Frontier's take on it is. They've not said much about it, so I think that they've probably got their own things in mind, or they've maybe not even thought about it. I mean, there's quite a lot of people develop these things and develop their characters and characterizations for different people and organisations, but not really think about the repercussions of things like race or stereotype or anything like that. And it's only later on in hindsight someone points out and you say, oh god, yeah, look what we've done. Oops, sorry. But I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I have this whole political correctness thing. I don't really subscribe to much of this political correctness stuff at the moment, because I've had it hammered into me for the last 20 years, and I remember back in the day when there wasn't all this political correctness, and yeah, some unfair things were done, unfair things were said, stereotypes were put across there as being fact more than fiction. But I just think sometimes, yeah, it's probably controversial to say, but I just think sometimes that some people need to get off their high horse and just let things be what they are. If you do fall into the stereotype trap, as long as it's by accident, then don't worry about it. If you designed it that way, then fair enough, people may have an issue with you for that. But I mean, if you've designed something, or you've designed a character in a certain way, or you just randomly said that this person would be black, or this person would be Hispanic, or whatever, and then that person, or people around that person, do something illegal that's stereotypically something that race would do if you were talking 20, 30 years ago, then it happens, you know. It's hard to say something else on it without being politically incorrect, so I'm possibly going to give it a rest there and not go any further onto that conversation in case I may offend people that watch this video. But this is what I mean, it's difficult to have your say on certain things without offending people left, right and centre. And it's difficult to portray an ethnically diverse universe without falling into some stereotypes. Do all pirates say R, for example, and do they come from the West Country? Well, no, but there will be some who come from the West Country. So does that mean that we're not allowed to do any of them from the West Country? Well, no, of course not. Stereotypes are there for a reason after all, and there are occasions when those stereotypes do play out to be true, but there are more occasions where they probably don't. But the problem with the internet as an entity, if you like, is it's an amalgamation of all the different melting pots that we've got across the world, and everyone on there's got a voice, and not everyone who's got that voice should really have that voice or has a particularly objective point of view. You look at the world through your own eyes and through your own glasses, whether they be rose tinted or not, and you see what you want to see, and if you see something that you feel is racist, then the internet gives you the right to say something about it. It also gives other people the right to call you for it if they don't agree with you. And I think the people that have their opinion but don't let other people voice their opinion in response are the ones who are causing a lot of these political correctness arguments and debates through the ages, especially on the internet nowadays. So yeah, there's always going to be somebody out there, no matter what you do, who's going to point out that this is wrong or that is wrong or blah de blah de blah. But I just say let it be what it is. If the Empire's a race of purer whiter than white people who turn out to be slave traders, that's what they are. Is that what they're aiming for? Don't know. Is that what they've achieved? Possibly. I've noted it. I've not seen anybody else note it, so I don't know if it actually holds any water as being something that we should really be worried about. It's all fun and games, and that's the thing. It's a game. It's a computer game with a fictional history, fictional characters, fictional personalities. So why worry about it? It's all fun and games till somebody loses a Steam key. Oh right, 5 to 10. As I say, I'm going to play until I finish scanning the system, and then I'm going to call it a night. Got a fair bit of going to go because I've got 91,000 light years to go to the other star in the system. So I'm not sure I make all that before then. Depends how long it takes to do these. Interestingly, I've got back in touch with the guys on the Oolite forums lately as well, and reading some of their comments about Elite Dangerous as well. It's interesting to get loads of different perspectives. I mean, I live and breathe this game at the moment because I'm doing the RPG, and I have to live in this universe to an extent, so that I stay in touch with what I'm trying to write about, because it's taken so damn long to write this thing. I did run the risk a while ago of being slightly... I cut myself out of it basically by not playing the game at all for a bit. But now that I've got back into playing it again, I'm feeling more in touch with the universe, so it's my kind of place to be, and I've kind of sadly neglected the place where actually the candle was really held quite high for the Elite franchise. The Elite guys, Giles and Jens and everyone who's kept that game going and kept it in development for the last nearly a decade, for crying out loud. You know, I actually feel that they're kind of been left out in the cold, because, you know, Elite Dangerous is getting all the recognition and the accolades and the publicity and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, in a lot of ways, if things like Oolite or what's the other game that's based on Frontier, Pioneer, and things like that, and projects like that, like the Elite Project, and all those things that were kind of kept the flame going and kept the Elite name in the forefront of people's minds, and there might not have been as much of an audience for this game now. Even the failed projects, or the ones that Frontier shut down, like the New Kind and Christian Pinder's game, and all the other little side projects that went on. You know, people love this game. People love this genre. People love the Elite universe and want to play in it, want to write about it, want to draw things about it, and everything like that. And they should get the kudos for that. And there was a question asked in there at one point about how somebody set up there's a fan page wiki about fandom and how it's kept certain things alive, and somebody had posted Elite and Oolite onto there, and he'd linked the RPG's content to the Elite one, and had asked if he should put the RPG listed amongst Oolite as well. And it was an interesting question. It did make me think about where the RPG kind of fits in with the rest of the expanded universe and the rest of the things that Elite fans have done. And is it fair to sort of say that, well, no, Oolite's not going to get mentioned in the RPG because it's an Elite Dangerous RPG, blah blah blah. I honestly don't think that's actually that fair. It's a hard thing to do because it's a licensed product, but I would like, and I will try my damnedest to make sure that at least some mention of Oolite and the fan project and people that are out there doing all this stuff off their own bat for free and all that, and the community at large, which is, you know, it's a huge part of this game, the community. It could be said that without the community this game wouldn't exist, and I know that right in the very early days of the Kickstarter for Elite Dangerous, Oolite was one of the biggest contributors, sorry, pronounce it properly, to the Kickstarter in the first few days, and actually got it off the ground. So from there it just went from strength to strength, and all the rest of it came in. So should Oolite be represented in the RPG? And I'm struggling with it, because I don't know if it's going to be a bad thing as far as Frontier's concerned, that I put something in there about Oolite, or at least have some elements of the Oolite universe in there as well. I mean, I would love to put some screenshots from Oolite into the RPG as well, and just use some of the awesome designs and the awesome work that's been put into that game, and just represent it somewhere within that game, or within that book. But because Oolite's non-canon and it's not part of the official Frontier universe, then I'm not sure it'll be allowed to be done, which is a shame. So elements of perhaps characters and perhaps some of the fan fiction, and some of maybe Drew's fan fiction work as well. But I mean, there's so many decent guys on there, so many awesome guys on there who have done a lot of decent work. It'd be criminal not to represent them there in some way. So I'm looking into things I can do, and character options, and maybe little bits of prose that I could put in there, maybe a couple of drabbles that are based around the Oolite experience rather than the Elite one, and see if Frontier are okay with me doing that. And if they are, then I'll do what I can, because I have put an introduction in the book that does go on about Oolite and pioneer in the Elite project way back in the day, and how these are the things that kept my flame alive as far as keeping me involved in the community and knowing that I wasn't just the only sad bugger out there who played this game and continued to play it 20 years after it was made. And look at where we are now. Yeah, we're at E3, plugging the latest iteration. We've gone console daft, we've gone Mac crazy, and still when I approach Lave Station, it's just that magical moment. Seeing those words on that station, Lave Station, round the edge. And it's things like Oolite that have kept that going. It's just, it's an evolution into the gaming world. I just love it. I would quite happily be involved with this stuff for the rest of my life. Yeah, of course they should have some kind of recognition. Yeah, it is a hard call to make. I can see it now. I'll put in some references to things that are overtly Oolite related that people will recognise, and when I hand the book into Frontier for vetting, they'll just blacklist the entirety of it, or they'll just blacklist the whole thing and say, nope, we don't know what you've put in that could be Oolite related now, so we'll get rid of the whole thing, rewrite it from scratch with only our approved content. I don't think they would do that, but you never know. It depends how far I go. There's the little things. I think one thing I could think about putting in there would be the concept of marker buoys, because a simple little change that Oolite made to its engine compared to what Elite was like was that to help you line up with the station's docking port, they put a navigation buoy right in front of the docking port, so that you can go up to that beacon, stay there, have it big in your windscreen, and then you spin around to the station and you're lined up to dock. And in a situation, in a universe where essentially you're given a ship and told to go and bugger off and do what you like, that would save so much money in real life repair bills on the station because people aren't docking properly. And that's just one of those little things that could get mentioned, that it was one of the things that used to get done before there was a redesign of the navigation systems and not the frame shift, the flight assist computers were upgraded to the newest versions that made it much easier. And a big thing I'm having an issue with at the minute, I was talking in the Elite Encounters update about the fact that there's a lot of elements of original Elite that I've had to compromise within the vehicle descriptions and the vehicle rules. But one of the sort of pros things I'm kind of concerned about is that the ships in Elite Dangerous are very much cockpit with glass all around it. I mean, you look at that, that's all glass. You're sitting in a cockpit looking around it, covered in glass, which you do tend to worry whether you're going to fry in real life if that was the case. But oh, I better slow down. In the previous games, Elite, Oolite especially, you have view screens. You have a very similar thing in Frontier and First Encounters as well, where you've got view screens for front and rear, sometimes left and right, but you've got a turret as well. Because Frontier and First Encounters only had front and rear views, but you still have that rear view, which is what gives you your view screen options, basically. So you're still looking at view screens, so you've still got cameras dumped somewhere around your spacecraft. So what happened to that? You know, is that something that changed? Do the ships of the Elite era, which is 3120 to 3170 odds, do the ships in that have view screens? So do they not have a cockpit or a front window or a bridge window or anything like that? Are they actually fully enclosed cockpits that you have just view screens and you don't have a straight outside view. And I don't know where to go with that one, because how much of this is Frontier retconned that this has always been the case? So essentially we always have had cockpits, it's just we haven't rendered them before. And although I think that it's fair enough, I mean you can do that if you want to do that, but I just think it seems to... it negates a lot of what made the original games good, of what made them unique and what gave them that feel, because you have your cockpit, you have your control consoles and you have your view screens. They don't necessarily have to be at the front of the ship. In fact, having them at the front of the ship with a big glass canopy sticking out actually seems to be a bit of a risky idea, especially when you're docking with the space station nose first. You smack your nose into the side of this, into the front of the space station, yeah, and your cockpit's shattered to bits, and you get catapulted into space and bounce yourself off a Remlock mask. So it's a bit of an odd one. I don't know where to go with that one as yet. The aesthetics of the games obviously now are a lot better. They've developed all these new ships, or interpretations of the old ships as well, based around the whole one pilot, one ship thing. Fair enough, but you know, I just feel that we've lost the history, and the history's been rewritten 1984 style. The thing is, I mean, that has given me a bit of a plot hook that I'm going to try and put into the book as much as I can, which is the concept that revisionist histories are a common thing in the Elite universe. History is written by the winner, or history is written by those who remember it for you. So, is it accurate? The stuff that's in Elite Dangerous, or at least in the Elite role-playing game book, which is written from the point of view of 3300 era. How much of it is revisionist? What's been going through my head has been, you know, maybe one of the sample adventures I can put in that game would be, I may have to rewrite one of them to do this actually, it would be the fact that you do find something out that isn't correctly represented in the current historical documentation. So what the background documentation of the game says is contradicted by the content of this adventure, which then says, well, you know, not all history was written by those who were there. History is written by those who want to make things seem to be a certain way. You know, the Russians did it, and other people have done it in real life as well, so why not this? I mean, Galcop's one of those big questions on everybody's lips a lot of the time. Me included, because I mean, I know I've been involved with a lot of the background documentation and a lot of the sort of fluff for the background stuff for the game as well. But even I don't know how much of that's going to be canon, how much of it's going to be contradicted by other events that may happen in the future. And you know, although it's maybe gotten to me the fact that the work we've put into that may be contradicted at a certain date, you know, I was involved. It was and it's Frontier's game at the end of the day. You know, they didn't pay us to do anything like that, and we did it voluntarily as fans because we wanted to contribute towards the game. And if they want to change that stuff, then they change that stuff. Simple as that, really. But yeah, as I say, it's the Galcop question's the big one. What did happen to Galcop? What really happened? What are they really like? You know, no one really knew what Galcop was like other than what there was in the original manuals, and that was stuff written by Galcop. So, did the Galactic Cooperative Worlds do anything bad? Were they the baddies in any sense? Did they do something odd in their history? What was it that put them? What was it that gave them that 70,000 credit fine if you started at Lave? Why did you have to pay that in order to be able to dock at Federal or Imperial stations? You know, what did Galcop do to piss everybody off? Are there answers to that? Well, yeah, there probably are. There are written answers. There are answers in people's heads. There's probably answers all over the world. People that have played these games and let it get into their heads like I have. I just like the idea that there are unanswered questions. Even the ones that seem to have answers might not be entirely accurate. So if I can contribute something within the RPG to sort of say, well, you know, everything you read might not be 100% accurate, you know, I think that's quite a good adventure. So many plot hooks you could then just create from just stuff that's been written, or stuff that's already in the game. You know. That's where the kind of core of, like there's the Morton Martyr system is the role-playing game's official home, shall we call it. And we've also got the oops, sorry. We've also got the that could have been quite nasty. What was I saying? I'm also putting together the Teenage Historical Society as an organisation within the role-playing game that has put a lot of the role-playing games in universe content together. So they may have more information there that they don't want to give up, or that they're not allowed to give up. Oh, I'm not exploring asteroid belts. There we go. So yeah, it's a very deep franchise when you look at it in some ways, and it can get made deeper just by a little bit of creative thinking. Why does, for example, why is the whole Thargoid thing not being answered at the moment? What's going on with the Thargoids? What went on with the Thargoids in the past? Who knows? All we know is that the Thargoids were there in the 3100s for a couple of years. Oh yeah, you off to crunch? Okay. Thanks for listening to my waffling, just trying to vaguely fill in some silences between exploring stuff. Take care, thanks for joining us tonight, and have a good one. I'll be logging off shortly myself anyway. I'll probably keep nattering because I'm going to stick this up on YouTube at some point. At least it'll make it interesting. Oh, thank you. I'll try and make it interesting. I don't like just streaming for the sake of streaming and just sitting in silence. If I'm going to talk about something, I'll talk about it. This is probably the one thing I'll probably revisit quite a lot, is the whole historical thing, because it's the thing that's always been my thing. Anyway, take care, dude. Take care. Good night, dude. Take care. Something like that. Oh, so many loops of shame. How many loops of shame can we do in one night, dude? No. Yeah, so just to finish off what I was saying, the big thing that's always kept me in the Elite universe has been the historical side of things. History, technology, the sort of side bits to the universe. It's always been the thing that's kept me going. Doing I did a technical manual which I'm still trying to find, and this last couple of weeks I've gone through my aunt's shed and cleared out all of my stuff that was in storage for a long while, so stuff from back in 2003. Now, before I moved in with she who would become my wife at the time in 2003/4, 2004 was it? Do you know, I can't remember. All of my stuff from my childhood and teen years and all that sort of stuff, which included all my Elite writings, were all in my office in my old flat, which I moved out of and moved into here where I am now. All that stuff went into storage because there wasn't enough space for it to